see what all things we will be discussing today. Right now, we'll be discussing about the structure, right? I'm going on cam just a minute here. Now that we have set up our Google Ads account, we will now be, learning how do we go ahead and proceed with that research of the, campaign. How do we come up with the research? But before we go into the research part, we'll try to understand what is the structure of Google Ads account. So on the screen right now, what you see is the structure of the Google Ads account, right? We have set up our Google Ads account and it is, ready, right? Inside the Google Ads account, we will be creating campaigns. What is a campaign? Campaign is a place where we'll be having a lot of settings where, like location targeting, your daily budget, your bidding strategies, and everything like that. That will be the place where it will be called as campaign, right? Inside the campaign, we'll create an ad group. Ad group, you can consider that as placeholder, which holds keywords and ads. You can have multiple ad groups also, and we would suggest you to one campaign, one ad group, and we will create a campaign with a specific goal. The campaign segregation should be based upon the number of services or the number of product categories we are having, right? That is how we will be, dividing campaigns into. Now you may ask why, Karan, why are there so many different layers in it? The reason Google has different layers is with each layer, it has settings associated with it. For example, on an account level, you'll be setting your billing information, your currency, your time zone, and stuff like that. So whatever you set up in that account, everything inside the account will have it, the same settings. What about campaign? Campaign, as we discussed, we'll be creating for a product or a service category, right? So say suppose if we are doing it for a web development, we are a web development company, right? For that, if we create one campaign, we might have the location we want to target and the budget we want to give that campaign, the keywords and all of those things. Now those things might not be the same for other campaign. Other might be an app development company where we might want a different settings, right? So that is why we'll have a different campaigns. And inside the ad group, we can have inside the campaign, we can add multiple ad groups as well. All the ad groups will take those campaign level settings, right? And ad group also sometimes have its individual settings, which we'll be learning further. And we'll also try to understand, what are ads keywords. We know what are ads, the text-based, headlines, descriptions, what we see on search result, that is an ad. What we saw on the display, internet, the display ad with the banner ad, that is an ad. What is the keyword and other things we'll try to understand. But this is the structure we'll be following. We'll have a Google Ads account inside which we'll create campaigns, inside which we'll have ad groups, keywords, and ads out here. Right, perfect. So let us understand some basic terminology before we go ahead and understand about the research. So the very first thing, as we discussed, campaign. Campaign is nothing but you can consider this which holds all these things, right? Which holds all the settings like budget, location, targeting, bidding strategy, and a lot of other settings that you will be giving on a campaign level. How to choose what campaign you will be, creating, that will be based upon your service, based upon different categories out there, right? So that have a better control. If you are a web development company, if you create a campaign for that, you know what ad copies you should create, what keyword, you'll have a laser focused targeting, right? And that is how you'll be achieving better results out there. You'll have a control on how the campaign is performing. So this is what a campaign is. It holds all these kind and many more settings, okay? What is the ad group? Ad group contains one or more ads that share similar targets. In simpler words, as discussed, you can consider this as a placeholder. This is inside a campaign, right? This will be present inside a campaign, and your ads, keywords, and everything will sit in the ad group, right? You cannot just have it in a campaign. Inside a campaign, you'll have ad group. Inside the ad group, you'll have, keywords, ads, search terms, and stuff like that. Now, this is very important. What is a keyword? We talk a lot about keywords, short keywords, long tail keywords, match types, and different things. What exactly is keyword? Keywords is nothing but these are the words and statements that we as a business owners or digital marketer choose that, and we instruct Google, right? We give this keywords. Basically, what we are doing by choosing keywords, we are instructing Google that trigger our ad whenever someone types in this thing. Now, when Google triggers, that can also have a strictness that can differ, right? If I choose iPhone as my keyword, should my ads trigger only when someone is typing iPhone, or they type in, I want to buy iPhone or iPhone features, or what is the strictness of it? That can be controlled by match types. What is that? We'll be learning later. But right now, understand keywords are those words or statements which we choose for which our ads should be triggered, right? Next is a search term. Search term is nothing but a term, which an end user on Google enters and our ad is triggered, right? If anybody search something on Google, if our ad is triggered, we'll be able to see their term exactly. How is this beneficial? We'll be able to, just by reading at the search term, we'll get to know who is searching for our ad, when they, why they triggered, why our ad triggered and stuff like that. Just by reading the search term, we'll get to know if our ads in the first place are reaching the right audience or not, right? In Google Ads, it's very important to have a control. You will not get results. It's not only important to get your ads to the right person, it's very important to restrict your ads so that it's not going to the wrong direction or wrong people out there, right? If your ads are showing to the wrong audience, obviously you cannot expect some sales, right? You cannot expect your conversions, you cannot expect your motto from your Google Ads account if it's reaching the wrong direction altogether. So keywords are the terms we choose. Search terms are the end user typing on Google for which our ads are triggering. To understand in that, we'll also try to understand this with one example here. So this is an example keyword. Say if we are a clothing company, the keyword what we choose is men formal shirt, right? The keyword what we choose is men's formal shirt. We instructed Google to trigger our ad whenever someone is typing this. But what someone typed in Google was best formal shirt for men, right? The wording is different than what we choose, but still it triggered, right? Now, if we see a search term, something like, I want to open a formal shirt company, I want to open a shirt manufacturing company. Just by reading that, we get to know that the intention is not to buy a shirt from us, right? We get to know if our ads are reaching at the right direction or not, right? So this is what it is. Keyword is men's formal shirt, and the search term is best formal shirt for men. Inside our Google Ads account, we'll be able to see what someone is typing in, and we will be able to decide if our ads are reaching at the right direction or not, right? So this is how very few terminologies are important, to understand. Then later on, we'll be understanding more and more things. But right now, let us get into the research process. We all know our business. We know for any business how we want to do the research is what we'll be learning right now, right? Let it be for your business or any business which you want to handle. You'll be able to do the research by this process, right? So let me load this and I'll show you where and how do we do this research, okay? All right. All right, guys. Anyhow, let us get into the research part and let us see how do we do this research, right? All right. So as discussed, for research, there are many tools in the market, right, which gives us a lot of user information, lot of different information. There are tools ranging from 3, 5, 10, 15,000 per month, which gives you lots of data. But the best tool comes from Google itself because Google is having all this data. Now, the tools in the market are nothing but, they have created their own interface and they show the projections in a different UI with a different domain name, different branding. But end of the day, they pull this from Google only, right? They pull this from Google's, tools only, right? But they sell it on a subscription plan base. But the best tool you can use is directly from Google. It's absolutely free of cost. You do not have to, pay for any other tool apart from this. This tool alone gives you a lot of user information or a lot of research information, which you can use to run your ads or to plan your ads in the right direction, right? So the name of the tool is Google Keyword Planner. To load this tool, we have to load it from the Google Ads account itself. On the top right corner, we have tools and settings, right? Once we click on that, the very first bar is planning. Under planning, we have keyword planner, right? So Google Keyword Planner. This is the tool where we'll be doing the research and it will be showing a lot of things. This is discover new keywords where it will be giving us, ideas for the keywords and stuff. And this is volumes and forecast where it will give us different kinds of, forecast of how things might proceed for a business or a keyword. But our major tool is this discover new keywords. Let's try to understand what this does. I'm opening up the chat box here for everyone, right? What we'll do here is we'll try to understand this tool, right? We'll try to see what exactly it does, and then, right, and let us see what we can pick. All right, silver jewelry is, what I see here in the chat box. So let us see if we are able to find this. Now, what we are doing here is we're simply entering silver jewelry, right, in this tool, and then the automatically it will be, the targeted location or the selected location is India. So that means it will be showing us the India wide result, right? We have entered silver jewelry and we hit get results. So the moment we do that, Keyword Planner shows us some important data like this. Silver jewelry, it shows average monthly search volume in Google for this particular keyword is around 60,500, right? So it is showing us how many people on Google are typing this thing right now. All right. All right. So how many people on Google are typing this thing, right? It is showing us average monthly search volume. One important thing to note for Google, every term is different, right? Everything what you search is different. Silver jewelry might be different than jewelry in silver, right? And silver jewelries might be different. Jewelry made out of silver is completely different, right? So it's a tool. It does not know what is what. A unique search, how you search, that is what it shows the result for. Exactly like this. Silver jewelry, exactly like this. There are 60,500 monthly search volumes, right? If we change this to say just say silver, right? And let us see if there are some people typing in silver and 90,500 people in Google on a monthly basis on an India wide, they are typing silver, right? Let us see if we take this word that is just this, that is jewelry, right? And let us say if we type in this, 368,000 people are typing in just the word jewelry in India, right? So this tool first shows us, what exactly is the monthly search volume for the business, for the product, for the category, for whatever thing we have entered. It shows us the monthly search volume for that, so that we get to know, how many people are searching, how much the projections and different things like that. Very important thing to notice here is the moment we entered one keyword, it is showing the result, few data for that. Then it is also showing the possible keyword ideas around that. It is showing for this word jewelry, there are 1,500 more keyword ideas what can be considered. Google is suggesting that, hey, you know what? Not only jewelry, there are people searching for more combinations of it. For example, engagement rings, earrings, necklace, bracelets, all of these fall under this category, right? So it is showing us that. Let us take the same example here. Jewelry is too broad. So let us take this example, well, silver jewelry, right? It is still showing 1,200 more keyword ideas, right? Let us go more specific and see what it shows. All right, so it was showing some suggestion here. Let us pick something from the suggestion, which is specific, and let us see if we are able to get more or less information here. Let us say we are typing in silver necklace, right? So we've typed in silver necklace and it is showing again 1300 more keyword ideas are available. So whatever keyword we type in, it shows us what is the volume for that particular word. Now, if you see, there are a lot more information what Google shows us. For example, silver necklace, what you see here in this, bar, it shows a silver necklace. It shows us that average monthly search volume for this keyword is 22,200. Then, if you see, there are a lot more information shown by Google, right? Which can be considered for our ads. If you see, there is something called as 3 month change. That means for this particular word, compared to last 3 months, what is the change in the last 3 months? So it shows minus 18%. That means there is a dip in the monthly search volume, 3 month search volume for this particular keyword. It shows us the partial trend of what is happening around the keyword. Is the trend increasing? Other people, more and more people typing it or lesser people typing it and stuff like that. Then if you see, there is something called as YOY change. That is nothing but year on year change. It shows us year by year what is the change for this particular keyword in terms of searching on Google. So it shows us year on year change. It is not showing us anything here. For this keyword, if you see silver chain, year on year change is plus 22%. That means compared to last year, this year it's been increased by 22%, right? So that is what it shows. Now, very important thing to consider is this, the competition. What is that? What does that mean? That is nothing but if we take this particular keyword, right? And if we had to run this, ad on Google, right? If we take this keyword and if we had to run this ad on Google, the ads coming up, all of the ads which you see on the top are shopping ads. Then there is search ad, right? And then if we go at the bottom, there might be few more ads. One, two, three ads sitting at the bottom also, right? So 5 ads total. So Google is showing us if we were about to run this keyword in our campaign and our motto is to come up on Google first page like this via ad, what is the competition? It is showing us that the competition for this particular keyword is what? All right, just a minute here. All right, so for this particular keyword, silver necklace, if you see, it is showing us the competition is high. There are three categories that shows for competition. One is low, one is medium, and another one is high, right? So we get the idea that how many other businesses are bidding. There are many businesses bidding for the similar keyword. It shows the competition is high. If it's medium, medium. If it's low, very low businesses, very less businesses bidding. It shows the competition is low, right? So that is the one. Next important thing, what we have to consider from here is this. Great. Thank you guys for turning that on. Great. So silver necklace, if we see this top of the page, low range, it is showing us that if we were about to run ads for this particular keyword, top of the page means Google first page, right? It's not first or second position, it's first page. It shows that, for first page to come our ad anywhere, the bid will start somewhere from 3 rupees. Great. So if you see silver necklace for this top of the bid range, right? And do not, worry about what kind of keyword. If I do not show that also, we are learning it right now. You'll be able to enter that on your end, on your Google Ads account and see what the trend is for that particular keyword, right? So let us see what that is. All right, so top of the bid range, if we were about to run ads for this particular thing, the bid, that means if we see this, ad here or any of the ad here, if I click on any of the ad, right, say any of the ad here, let it be from the bottom or on the top, the company, only that company which I click on, that will be getting charged, right? It's pay per click. No other company will be getting charged because they did not click on ads. Google will only charge that particular company which it got the click, right? So suppose if I click on this last ad here, the bid could be anywhere starting the cost per click this company might be charged could be anywhere between 3 rupees to top of the paid bid high range 24 rupees. So for ads that are coming on Google, it is showing us an idea that, this is the cost right now, the auction price right now, or the range right now, what we might have to pay per click, right? This is the per click cost, 3 rupees to 24 rupees for this particular keyword. How Google decides what to charge, that depends on a lot of factors. One could be where your ad is shown. If your ad is shown on very bottom, it could be 3, 4, 10 rupees, right? If it's absolutely top, it could be 24 rupees also, right? If it is, for someone who Google considers that as more a high quality, that means they are about to buy silver jewelry or they are a right targeted customer, right? So depending upon that, their age, their location, multiple things, which is not a control, which is a live auction keeps changing, right? But it could be between 3 rupees to 24 rupees. So that is what it is showing us by showing this particular range. Now, suppose this is an important keyword for us, right? And we want to show ads in this keyword. But say we do not want to spend up to 24 rupees, say that is very costly for us, right? I'm okay to spend only till 10 rupees per click. Anything beyond that, I do not want that. At the time of creating a campaign, we can give a cap. Should we give it a cap of 10 rupees so that Google does not show our ad to the click, which can be costlier than that, right? Or maybe it will not show our ad on the top, or maybe different position, or it will control different things. Yes, there might be a hit in a quality a little. Your ad might not reach the best audience, which is of high competition. If the competitor is bidding more than that, you are outranked, but still you can have that control, right? So that this is what it is showing, 3 rupees to 24 rupees, right? Now we'll be also able to give that cap. Similarly, we can also see more keywords out here at the bottom, and we can see what is the monthly search volume for that, what is the start range and high range here. If you see for silver chain, it shows the start range is 1 rupee 10 paisa to 11 rupees 24 paisa, right? That is the range. And similarly, we will be choosing, different keywords from here. If we keep loading this, it, keeps on showing all of this information or possible keywords. Now, important thing here is we will create a campaign as per a goal is what we decided, right? Should we create a campaign for a silver jewelry could be one, which is general, anyone searching for anything or ad trigger. One could be a specific for silver chain, right? One could be specific for gold jewelry, gold chain, gold rings, and stuff like that. So that our ad copy, the keywords are everything, targeted. One important thing to consider is while you select the keyword, there is also something called as match type. That we'll study later. But one important thing here is we'll not select more than 10, 15 keywords for a campaign, right? Otherwise, our keyword might be duplicating, right? Our keywords might be, fighting inside the auction, and it might increase the average cost per click. Our keyword should fight with the competitor and not our own keywords within, right? So we have to select 10 to 15 best keywords. But how do we shortlist on keywords? There, a 4-pillar formula, what we'll be following to shortlist the keywords. And this formula comes secondary. The very first thing we'll take into consideration is how the keyword is relevant. If the keyword is relevant to us or not, right? That is what we'll consider. For example, if there is silver chain, right, and silver chain for men. Now, these two are similar keywords, and out of which, if we want to make a choice, we'll choose one keyword, right? So that we get an idea of, will not select all this 1300, not even 1000, not even 500 or 100, right? 10 to 15 keywords, maximum 20 keywords, right? How do we shortlist? But match types and other things also will be training. But right now, the four pillar formula, what you have to consider goes in this chart from left to right. The first pillar you'll consider this average monthly search volume. You have to choose, if you have to choose between two keywords, right, which are absolutely similar, then the first pillar you will take into consideration is the one which is having more search volume, right? So that you reach more audience, larger chunk of audience, so that there are more chances of, sales or conversion, right? So if there are two similar keywords out of which, if we have to make the choice, The very first pillar you'll take into consideration is average monthly searches. You'll pick that keyword which is having more search volume, right? That is one. The second one you will consider is not month on month, not year on year change. The second one will be competition, right? The second pillar, what you'll be considering is competition. If there is a choice between two keywords. Now, for example, if say this is one keyword, right? And if say there is another keyword which is similar to that. Now, for all of this thing, if you see the competition is only high, so there is nothing we can do, right? But if say there were two keywords and both were similar monthly search volumes, right? That's the first pillar. That is gone. Now, if we still have to make the choice because we cannot select two, that time you'll take the second pillar into consideration and you'll choose those keywords which are low or medium in competition. You'll be able to see competition in three categories here: low, medium, and high. You will take those, select those keywords which are low and medium in competition. The reason being that there is not much auction happening, there's not many players bidding, so that you have a chance to show your ads to the better audience. If you select the high competition keywords, there is a lot of action happening already and you might miss on your competition might be getting an advantage. Your ads might not show be that time. What if you might have selected medium or low competition? What is there, right? The second pillar is competition. You select those keywords which are low or medium in competition if you have a choice. If you do not have a choice, if all are high, you will select according to which is relevant. If say one is high, one is medium, but high keyword, the one which is high, the one which is having high more volume, that makes more sense. That is more relevant. Without any, discussion, we'll take that high, right? So that is what we'll take. The first pillar is average monthly search volume, the one which is high. The competition should be on the lower side or medium if that is the choice. The third and fourth pillar are these, the bids. The third pillar you will consider is low range. The low starting range should be on a lower side. For example, if we see for one keyword it is 1 rupee, right? And then there is a keyword, say around 4 rupees, 5 rupees, even 8 rupees, right? If we have to make a choice between 1 rupee and 8 rupee, we'll choose the one which is for 1 rupee. The reason being that, if we spend 10 rupees, we'll get 10 clicks. Whereas if we choose the 8 rupee one, we'll just get one click, right? We know rule for business is more reaching out to more audience. We are having a better chance. Of course, the relevancy is the first factor, but say two are relevant. Both 1 rupee and 8 rupee are relevant. And then we have to make a choice. Then we'll consider the rupee, which the keyword, which is 1 rupee. So that within the lesser spend out there, we reach more and more audience so that we get the better chances of conversion, right? Your starting range should be on a lower side. That is the third pillar. The fourth pillar is your ending rate should also be on lower side, right? So that you're not spending too much on, a particular keyword. That might be a good one, right? And if both are, nearby similar, one is slightly having advantage on other, but if that is high, if the high range is too high, right? It's okay to not choose that and choose different one which is lower on a high range. That should be on a lower side so that you're not spending or not exhausting your budget too quickly. It's a very competitive market for any business. If the competition is high, medium, or low, you might exhaust your budget very quickly until we are having a large room of budget. We will be selecting the keywords which are on the lower side. For example, in this case, if 19 rupees is a high range, right? And there's 25 rupees, there are 8 rupees, 7 rupees also, right? We'll choose the one which is ending at 7 rupees, 8 rupees, right? So that we, maximum it can spend in that. And if we choose 25 rupees, 30 rupees, in spending of 30 rupees, it get one clicks, but the 7 one might have got 4, 5 clicks, right? So that is what we'll be selecting. So this is how the keyword planner works. All you need to do is enter your keyword, right? And Google will show you projection for that particular, business out here, right? Let us say we are taking this. All right, it is manufacturing industry. Now, if you talk about manufacturing industry, if we type this, I also see B2C, e-com, or this thing in the chat box. But will your user type in B2B in the chat box? No. Will your user type in B2C in the chat box to buy something? No. You'll have to think from the user's perspective what they'll type in Google, right? And then you'll have to search, the volume for that and select the keyword according to how user is typing in and not how you are, doing it, right? If you type in this manufacturing industry, it will just show what's the monthly search volume for this. But what are you doing? What are you selling? Are you a manufacturer selling something? If yes, then you will search, if say I'm a manufacturer for clothing, right? My audience will be distributors, retailers, and stuff. They will type in, clothing manufacturer, shirt manufacturer in India, jeans manufacturer, and stuff like that. They'll not type in manufacturing industry, right? So this might be someone who is doing research for manufacturing industry, right? If someone on Google types in manufacturing industry, we're not sure what their motto is. They might be searching this for, understanding how this industry works. They want to open a manufacturing company and stuff like that, right? We have to think from the end user's perspective and then search according to, what our ad should be triggered for, right? So this learning management software. So if we type in this particular thing here, this is a specific one. Someone who is looking for learning management software, they will only type in this. And if we have to do the research, we get to know that it's, 260 people on, average are typing this, right? And 41 rupees to 180 rupees. Now, learning management software, it might also be called as LMS. People might also be typing that thing directly instead of typing this entire thing out there, right? So if I type in LMS, there are 90,000, search volume compared to learning management software, right? So if that is the same thing, people will not go ahead and, if there is a quick shortcut, they'll type in that. That is how it works. So you have to think from user perspective and then search for particular thing out here, right? So that is how it works. So we have to search for that particular keyword for what our business is about or what we think the end user would be searching on Google for us. We have to type in that and we get to see the volume for that particular keyword, competition, low bid range, high bid range, and stuff like that, right? So that is very first thing we see. All right, I see, the chat box full with the word weight loss. Let us try to see if there is some search happening around that, right? Now, especially with medical or healthcare or a category of weight loss is a very skeptical for all of the algorithms. It might not allow us to run our ads or it might not show that here, right? For example, if I've typed in weight loss, it is showing us what is happening around that keyword, right? So weight loss, it is also showing us, diet plan for weight loss 60,000, weight loss diet 74,000, weight loss surgery 2,400. So it is giving us all of those, how many people are searching for this particular thing on Google. It is showing us, what is the competition, what is the bid range and stuff like that, right? Now, let us say if we type in something this, right? Say if we're typing in pharmacy, it shows us this 3,68,000, right? Let us say if I type in online pharmacy. If I type in online pharmacy and I try to search that, it is showing me this particular thing. But not necessarily, it might allow us to run ads, right? For a lot of industries, it is restricted, right? You might not be able to run ads if you want to, if you're an online pharmacy or a pharmacy retail, you might not be able to run ads on Google because it does not allow to, run ads for smaller, medium players. It's only allowed for, top players out there. Now, if you ask why, that is how legally it's all imbibed with the legal laws, right? So anything, whatever is with the legal laws, it shows us that particular thing, right? All right, say we type in this thing in Google. Let me take one example quickly from here in the chat box. All right, sorry, let us take this thing here and type in, right? And you guys, you all have power now, right? So we all have Google Ads account or we can sign up for one quickly and we will be able to do the research entirely by ourselves, right? So right now, learn entirely what we are showing, and then we get to see what exactly is happening for that. Now, if you see the word sari, it is being searched average 10 lakh, if that is the right number, right? And that is what the monthly search volume is. Silk sari, 3 lakh 68,000. Banarasi sari, 2 lakh, 46,000 and stuff like that. Sari online, this and all of these things out here, right? Now, one more thing, if you see here, the moment we enter keyword, it is showing us the, all of these metrics for that keyword. It is showing us the nearby keyword. Apart from that, it also shows us another important factors or important things which can be taken into consideration. Now, the next thing which we are showing here not only is relevant for our Google ads, in general also for our business, it could be useful, right? Irrespective of whether we are using Google ads or not, this information can be used. Businesses use this information to make business level decisions. What are those information? Let us see. I've typed in sari, right? And it is showing me some kind of a graph here. So what is this graph? This graph is nothing but, this last 12 months graph. It is showing us the search volume, search trend in the last 12 months. If you see, there was a peak here in October 2021. Could be maybe because of Dashera Diwali, season time out there. Now, then there is dip. Then that is how it is going on. If we check this for last 24 months, it will show us the 2 years graph out here, right? If we see, there's a peak in October 2021. There's a peak again in October, November. We get to know that could be the season where people are looking for sari more aggressively, right? We get to know, this is the season where we want to tap on the user, right? And maybe want to aggressively show our ads and, get more sales, or simply it could be like leveraging the time when there is a demand, right? So that is, what this graph is showing us. Now, if you see, there's two lines here in the graph. One is blue and another one is red color. What is that graph? It's nothing but this total volume, total search volume, and then mobile search volume. If you see, these are very close by. That means majorly people are searching maybe on mobile device for this particular word out here. We know the world is moving to mobile, right? And for this keyword, it is, very nearby. Now, let us say we are not, just sari seller. Say if we are for Banarasi sari, right? Say if we are a sari seller who is Banarasi, who is selling Banarasi sari. We see this, we see this graph also. It is showing us that, this is the change in the graph. Now, other important business level decision, what we can see, or Google Ads level decision, what we can make is from here. Not only it is showing us the chart, we can also see the breakdown by platform. It shows us for this search, for this particular term, where are people searching for it? If you see, mobile is leading. 91% of people are searching this on a mobile device, 0.7% on tablet, and 3.2% searching on a desktop device. What is this information? How is this useful to us? If you were about to run online ads, right, you know that your website should be very mobile friendly, because majorly people are searching it on mobile. Forget about your online ads. Even if you want to start a, say e-commerce company, you know that, if your website is not mobile friendly, gone is the case. 96%, out of all the volume coming up, is 96% from mobile, and that big chunk, that means out of 196 people are searching it on mobile. There are 100, hits on your website, and 96 are on mobile, from mobile device, and your website is loading very slow for mobile. Gone case is a, it's a gone case. You'll not be getting better results, right? So you have to optimize your device. You have to optimize your ads and everything. You can read that thing from this data. So it shows us volume breakdown by device. Now, one important information here is this. It is also showing us breakdown by locations, right? This particular term, Banarasi sari, it will show us what is the breakdown by location. Right now, if you see, the region which is the type which is selected is territory. So there is only one territory, Ladakh. So it shows Ladakh and everything else. But if we change this to state, it shows us, in India, this Banarasi sari, how many people are searching in, right? And from where are they searching? And it shows average of this 10,73,080 searches. Top state is coming from West Bengal. For Banarsi sari, the highest demand is in West Bengal. 20% of people searching this term on Google are from West Bengal. Uttar Pradesh 13%, Maharashtra 11%, Karnataka 7%, Madhya Pradesh 5%. If you see, these are the top five states, and then rest all states combined, it gives us other because it only shows top five. If you see the first state, West Bengal, to fifth, Madhya Pradesh, the difference is huge. It's not a slight difference between first and fifth. It's a huge difference in demand where 20% and 5%, that's a massive difference, right? If we load the same thing instead of state, we have to understand by city, right? It shows us Kolkata 7.8%, Bengaluru 4.3%, New Delhi 4.3%, Mumbai 2.9%, Hyderabad 2.9%. If I am a Banarsi sari seller, right? And if I maybe want to target my ads in the best search location, or if I want to open retail stores in, across the India, right? I know which cities to tap on, where the demand is, and I can take those decisions accordingly, right? This is what it shows, the breakup for location. Now, the same thing, if you want to see the, search volume, maybe not for India. You are a Banarsi sari seller, but your target audience is not in India. Your target audience is in United States. You want to export, you want to start an export company for Banarsi saris, right? And you want to understand if there is a demand in United States for that. If someone in US is typing this thing, all you need to do here is change this India to that particular place where you want to check that volume from, right? United States, just hit target and hit save. It will show us that searches happening on that particular country. If you see Banarsi sari in US, 4,400 people typing in, out of which New York 7.4%, San Jones 4%, and all of these different places, this is the breakup, right? If we just want to understand how many people in United States are typing in this particular term, sorry, we'll get to see that particular information. 33,100 people in US on average, monthly average basis, they're typing in this particular, thing out there. Let us try to see this change in the graph here, and let us see if it is, increasing, decreasing, or how. If you see here, it is again in October, it is increasing there as well, right? And the graph is going up, right? So if we want to maybe start a, ad selling our, sorry, there or our export there, we know it's a promising market just by looking at this information. This, my dear friends, is the power of Keyword Planner, and it gives you a lot of information which we can use in our ads, which we can use in our business in general to perform a lot of things, right? My question to you all is, do you think this is a powerful information even before starting our ads, even before starting anything? We'll be able to do a lot of research and understand a lot of things. Do you think as a business owner, as a digital marketer, this is a powerful information? If yes, type a yes in the chat box or P in the chat box so that we know this is a powerful tool and it gives us the powerful information, and we will be able to understand, a lot of things just by looking at this tool, right? So we'll be making the research according to this tool, and we'll be able to see a lot of things out here, right? So we'll be able to see anything and everything happening around that search term, and we will be able to see what is happening around that term here, right? So this is how it shows us this different metrics. Now, this is place where we do the research, play around, do the research, right? And tomorrow we'll also show you a sheet where you would be able to save a lot of information, a right place where you should be saving the information while you're doing the research, how to use that thing, what to choose from, and multiple things like that. There is something called as match types and a lot of things. There are a few more formulas which will be understanding that, which can help us to select those top-notch keywords, top-notch performing keywords, which can help us to get the better results. This, by the end of this, workshop will be able to run such profitable ads or such amazing ads that we know that which would need to get into the right direction. One important thing in Google Ads is not only reaching the right audience. In fact, I can tell in a general rule of marketing, your major focus should be, not reaching to that person who is not likely to get converted, right? In your boat, you need to stop leakage. You should not be spending even one paisa on wrong direction. If you save that thing, right? If you restrict your ads than showing it to larger audience, your motto should be not to show it to not a fit audience, right? You'll automatically reach the better audience out there, and you would be getting better results, right? So that is what we'll be learning a lot about, right? And we will be seeing a lot of things out here. Meet Mehta. If you are here, putting you on spotlight, you can ask your question right now. Meet Mehta, are you here with us? All right. Shobit Gupta, putting you on spotlight, you can ask your question now.
Hi, Karan. I have three questions, one from yesterday's discussion and two from today's. The first question is, if I run multiple campaigns from different niches under one account, what will be the side effects? Let's say one campaign is for an IT company and another campaign is for a doctor, and similarly I run 3 or 4 types of niches. Will there be any side effects? Because you told us that at account level we are handling the conversion related things, and then remarketing will also come into picture. Please clarify, will there be any side effects?
Right. There will be all, khichdi here, right? What it will happen is, at account level will be having those conversion trackings and stuff, right? And Google try to understand that what is the conversion. It will try to drive that conversion from all different campaigns, right? If your conversion is a thank you page for your e-commerce company, it will try to that from all your campaigns. But if your other conversion also a thank you page for a different doctor, different thing all get, it will all become mess. The algorithm will not be able to understand what is what, right? And sometimes there might be few things which are applied automatically on an account level. Maybe some useful extension, maybe some, like, for example, take it if it's a call extension, if it's applied throughout the campaign, your one extension will be applied for all the different businesses out there, right? So it should be always different things from different businesses. Okay.
And will remarketing be affected also?
Everything will be affected if you have a khichdi.
Okay. And from today's discussion, the data that you showed while we were discussing the 4 pillars, can we filter the data on the basis of these pillars in Google? This AdWords window? Is there a way to, I say the top 5 volume holders with medium thing and all that? Can I club that as a filter?
You can sort that out, right? And you need to go one by one. You can sort, and one thing which is sorted, it will show you according to that. But you cannot do a pinning that pin this and then show that, right? That's a manual work you'll have to do. This tool just show you the raw data.
So I need to export it in Excel and then I can do that filtering work manually.
Absolutely right. We'll also show you a shortcut way of, picking itself. The right one should be picked so that you do not have a lot of, filtering out after it's in Excel.
Okay. And the last question is, can we also get the search terms data, not just the keywords?
Yes.
The data about the search terms.
Once we start running the campaigns, we'll be able to see that inside our campaign itself.
Okay. So we can't get that in this window, this keyword planner.
This window, it does not show that.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Meet Mehta. You are on spotlight. You can ask your question now.
Hello. Am I audible?
You're audible.
Yeah. So I have one question actually. It's regarding the campaign account level and the last, I think I forgot the last level, the ad group level. So what is the primary difference between this kind of setting and in compared to Facebook ads? Because I believe both are the same thing, but Facebook is more intuitive in that sense. And when you are setting up Google ads, you have to set up it very carefully for any brand or any client, because once you set up everything, it affects everything, your performance, your everything, it affects in that sense. So how important is the right setup for any uh, Google Ads account in that sense?
So I would say the setup is very important, right? You're instructing, you're guiding the algorithm or the campaign to reach in a certain direction. It's like building a software, right? So consider this like it's a blank tool, but it's a very powerful tool. Like you're building a software, your output will depend upon your input, right? So your input needs to be crisp, focused. Accordingly, it will present the output, right? So that is how, it's very important.
So, for example, like if I want to set up lead generation ads, okay, for my business, right? So, how should the account be set up in that sense? So, should I be targeting location wise in the campaign area, and then you target the ad group level and then the ad set level?
Right.
How is
That's a
the
very, broad question. The chapter will come for that. We are just learning ABCD right now, right? How you set up a campaign, that's the whole journey about. How to get the results, that's the whole journey about. So wait for the right time to come up and you'll learn everything step by step.
Okay. And what's the key difference between the Facebook ad setups and this ad setup? Because I believe there is some major difference in this sense as well.
Right. I'm not sure how Facebook ads works. I'm not a Facebook ads expert. So I think I'll not be able to, comment on that. I am Google Ads expert. I'll be able to guide you how it works on Google. How can you, master Google's platform to get the results? How to compare it from a different platform? I don't think I'm the right person to answer that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I answered all the
All
questions.
right. Thank you so much for asking that, Meet. Neeraj, putting you on spotlight, you can ask a question now.
Hi, Karan.
Hi.
So I wanted to ask that I was not able to see that graph, the chart which
Right.
you,
A very
yeah,
good question, right? So I was waiting for this question to come up. So Google Keyword Planner has two levels. One is the basic level, right? Another one is the most open advanced level, right? So in the basic level, it will not show any kind of a chart. B, it will show the data range only in certain range to range. For example, for a particular thing, we saw exact 3,64,000, right? In the basic level, it will not show exact range. It will just
yeah.
show 100K to 300K or something like that, right?
Hmm.
So how to switch to the advanced level? To switch it to the advanced level, your account needs to spend 500 rupees once, right? That is
Okay.
when it switches from basic level to advanced level. It's not monthly, it's not yearly, it's once in a lifetime. Your account needs to spend 500 rupees, and then it will open up the keyword planner in the most advanced level, and you will see all the things which are possible,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
You perfect.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
yes, once you start running campaign, you'll be able to see that thing happen, right?
Okay. Yes. Thank you.
All right, great. Thank you. Ritik, putting you on spotlight, you can ask your question.
Yeah, Karan. Hi, Karan. Karan, as you told me, this weight loss is a very, specific niche where Google keep on eye, eagle eye. So, what is the solution for this? Actually, my two account has been banned due to weight loss niche. So, what is the solution to this now? When I go for the weight loss search, before this, I know about the keyword scanner, and I have done the research on this also. So, I have seen many ads are running successfully since 2018 and 19.
Right. Are they exactly for this particular word, weight loss, or
Yeah,
did you
weight
type
loss
something, else in Google, right? So
for
there,
weight loss. I'm telling.
yes, there are two things which can happen. One, exactly the same term. It might not allow for all the businesses. It might only allow for few, businesses. For example, as I discussed, online pharmacy that cannot be promoted by small and medium businesses. Only if you're a top player, you can run that, right? Now, if you ask why is that differentiate, that is how the legal laws are, or that is how it functions. For example, if you have to open a retail store, you can open any retail store, just like that. But you cannot open a pharmacy retail store. For pharmacy retail store, you need to have a pharmacist, you need to have a pharmacy license, you need to have different licensings from government. Only then you'll be able to open pharmacy retail store, right? So that is imbibed with the legal laws, and same thing applies online as well, right? You need to be certain, with that law. So A, it might be only allowing it to a player, right? If they are having a permission, they can do, others can't do, nothing can be done. B, there might also be the case if there is any, synonym which can be used, or there's something else which is not exactly a term weight loss, but something else around the same. If you can, tweak that and that is allowed, you can run your ads that way, right? So these
So
might
how to know this word is banned or not, or this word is suspended, we cannot use.
Right. So for that, there is a place where we can do the research, right? Where what all are the boundaries, right? So Google Ads, as we discussed, is a very, strict algorithm, right? And a strict platform. It bans anything and everything which is outside of it. Will show you, will teach you what are the boundaries, strict boundaries you should be following, and within the boundaries you should be playing things with. Okay.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you, Karan.
You're welcome. All right.
So there's this one account which is already running ads. So I searched for, this, I want to sell a resume builder service to people who want to switch their career. If they are in mid-career, I'm just giving an example, taking this as a goal. So I searched for resume samples for digital marketers, engineering resume samples. These were just certain examples. So in this case, I have heard that if I don't take the top of the bid range, high range, then it would not show my results. Is that true? Like, this is one of my doubts. I want to unlearn if this is not true.
If you do not take what, can you repeat your question?
If I don't take the top of the bid high range keyword, then it initially, at an initial level, it will not show my results at the top. So is this thing true?
Yes, that might be true, because, say if you consider one keyword, right? Say third one, resume from, I'm not sure what that is. Can you expand that a little?
Yeah.
The third keyword, just the column, just, drag that a little there. No, the at the bottom where you see keywords.
Okay.
What is the third keyword? I'm not able to read that because it's slightly lengthy.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Right. So for example, if you take this keyword, resume format for freshers, right? The bid range is from 1 rupee to 15 rupees, right? That means if you select this keyword, and by not taking 15 rupees, that means you're giving a cap of, say, example, for 5 rupees only, right? And then there is up to 15. Now, if there are competitors bidding for that, 15, right? Then they will show on top because they are paying more, they're bidding more, right? If they have a better ad rank, if they had a better landing page experience and other things like that, right? They can show it more. But yes, cost is there for a reason, right? If auction, someone is bidding more, they get an advantage on that, and your ads might not be shown on top. Your ads might not be shown on that customer, which are more likely to get converted, and multiple things around that thing happen. Okay.
So in this, what would be my, of course, relevance is one criteria. So if I want to, run ads for specific people, like, for example, if somebody is looking for a job in digital marketing, if somebody is looking to switch a career in engineering or some kind of consulting service. So in that case, like, what should be my criteria of selection? So that I'm able to, have certain keywords. Of course, later on, you'll teach how we can classify it on broad phrase. That's a different ball game. But from here, just through this 4-step formula, like, if
Right. Through this, understanding it in terms of relevancy and the volume in this 4-step formula is what we'll see. Within going further tomorrow, day after tomorrow, we'll understand things more in depth about picking those, shortlisting those, and stuff like that, so that we'll be able to do that more crisp way. Okay.
Okay, this is like one account which is already running ads. This is an account which I had added like 660 rupees very early, like 2021, but it does not let me, it still does not show me average monthly searches. Is it because until and unless I run the campaign, it will not?
Right. It needs to spend 500 rupees, that is when it open up. And there might be some new changes in the rule also. We saw this happening for a couple of more accounts, right? Even though there was spend of 500, it was not showing. So I'll also try to do the research. You also try to do the research. If there's something, change in that, but mostly the rule was 500 rupees need to be spent on the account, and it should be from a search, normal search campaign, and then it opens up.
Okay, and over here we cannot see that chart also that you showed.
Right. Until unless that is open, we will not be able to see not charts, not the exact range.
Okay.
Okay.
Over,
All right.
okay, over here I can see the charts. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes. Perfect. Thank you so much for asking that question. Rakesh, putting you on spotlight, you can ask your question now.
Hi Karan, good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I am good, and you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Okay, Karan, I have same question. It was not a visible chart, but I also spent more than 500 in 2021. So after that, I never run any ad in this account. So I want to share my screen. Is it possible?
I've just given you the co-host access. You can share your screen now.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So already I have spent more than 500. Then and yesterday I was talking about two accounts. So there is showing two accounts. So I want to delete this one, but I was not able to figure out how this was created and where any don't I don't understand where somehow how it is created.
This chart are you asking about?
Chart chart is not showing, but I already spent more than 500.
Right. Enter any keyword. Let us see what exactly is happening. Enter any term out there for any business. All right. On the right side, you have keyword view drop down. Just change that one. No, it is the good view. All right. So there are some recent maybe changes also with this, right? I'll also try to see if there are any other changes apart. Earlier rule was 500, right? But recently there might be any other change. If there is, I'll let you know by tomorrow that what exactly is happening with this. Okay.
Okay. And Karan, why this is showing, but I was not able to figure out. Can you help me out of this?
You might be have this account also with this email ID. That is why it is showing you that.
Okay.
Right, so you can click on that. It will take you to the ID. You can go into users and check, if you're a user, what account is that about and stuff like that. Right, so I request you to log in into that, check separately and see what exactly is happening with that. Okay.
This is on same email ID.
Yes, with the same email ID, you have this account as well. Right, so go into campaigns. You might have created, this ID as well. Right, check campaigns, check tools and setting and user and accesses and see what exactly is in it. In the setup, you have access and security.
So Karan, what next?
It is showing it is only you.
Remove access.
Right, so you might have to check what this account is about. Hi.
मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है कि जो मंथली सर्चेज आपने बताई हैं तो क्या मोबाइल के हवाले से वो सिर्फ गूगल सर्च इंजन के या प्ले स्टोर पर भी जो सर्चेज है उनका डाटा कंबाइन दिखा रहा है?
ये सिर्फ गूगल सर्च के।
अगर हमने सिर्फ प्ले स्टोर की सर्चेस देखनी हो तो उसके लिए क्या पॉसिबिलिटी है?
राइट, उसके डिफरेंट है, इस पे तो अपन को नहीं दिखाता है।
ठीक है, एक और मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि मेरे पास प्ले कंसोल के अकाउंट्स हैं डिफरेंट, तो उन पे डिफरेंट ऐप्स हैं, तो उन तमाम ऐप्स को मुझे गूगल एड्स पे ही प्रमोशन करनी चाहिए एक अकाउंट पे, या डिफरेंट अकाउंट्स में हर एक कंसोल अकाउंट के लिए रखूँ?
डिफरेंट अकाउंट, डिफरेंट एप्स। ईच बिजनेस का एक अकाउंट रहेगा और उसी बिजनेस के आप एप्स रन कर सकते हैं।
अगर कंबाइन है तो ये कोई पॉलिसी वायलेशन है या सिर्फ कोई टर्मिनेशन आ सकती है मुझे?
इट्स लाइक अगर मल्टीपल बिजनेस, एक बिजनेस है जिनके 100 एप्स हैं, राइट, वो एक बिजनेस के आप सारे रन कर सकते हो अकाउंट में, मगर वो डिफरेंट यूजर, डिफरेंट प्ले स्टोर का रजिस्टर्ड यूजर ही डिफरेंट है, राइट, देन डिफरेंट आप यूजर से डिफरेंट अकाउंट से रन करोगे उसको।
ठीक है, मैं करंटली मल्टीपल 3 गूगल प्ले कंसोल अकाउंट्स हैं, उनको मैं एक गूगल एड से रन कर रहा हूँ, मुझे डिफरेंट कर लेना चाहिए।
राइट, इसको सेपरेट सेपरेट रखना बेहतरीन रहता है कि सही से रिजल्ट आए।
ठीक है।
ठीक है, ऑल राइट। Hussein, putting you on spotlight, you can ask a question.
Good evening, Karan.
Good evening.
Karan, my question is regarding that you said regarding for any niche, like supposedly it is either product based or either services oriented. Now, if supposedly a business is there which is service oriented, like an architect or an interior designer, now how to start if it's in service based oriented business, and how to start with the keyword itself? Means if I want to start the keyword research for that, so shall I take the main term like as an architect or as an interior designer and search on Google how it is going on, or to be more specified, like it might be any business like marine, it might be regarding for manufacturers of steel pipes or anything. So how to start regarding for any particular niche? Either might be product or might be service oriented.
All right, to start the research with, we'll directly start with the broad term what the business is about. If it's architect, we'll directly put architect and Google search keyword planner. It will
Okay.
show us the trend, it will show us the different things. Then by looking at that, looking by nearby searches, we'll keep on getting that track. To begin with, we can start raw, and by looking at the term, by looking at the data, we will keep on getting the track, right? It's okay not to have track everything and then specifically search, will not get the direction that way. So it's okay to start raw and then
Okay.
shortlist in the go.
Yeah, but if we start with raw, now the word architect or supposedly interior designer, that must be the volume must be very high. So
Right.
we cannot rank any particular business with this type of keywords.
Exactly.
So then further on, you'll teach us regarding that, taking a raw term and how to minimize regarding minified regarding which terms to take. So that will be then a process, a different regarding for that for any particular product or service oriented industry.
Yes, this workshop is about getting results out of the platform, right? So as you discussed, just by picking raw will not be able to get results. So yes, there are chapters where we'll teach you how to, shortlist, cut short, pick and bring those, right? This tool right now, understanding is what is this tool, what it does, right? So we'll start raw. Later on, we'll see how do we polish and put it our campaign. So right now we're not creating campaign, we're just searching raw.
Okay, and just one more question to be asked. Now, supposedly, if the customer is oriented in regarding for particular city itself. Now, if we put a word like supposedly if I'm taking from Surat, if I'm taking digital marketing, putting a raw keyword, digital marketing, and putting digital marketing in Surat. So they have two different volumes. So
Right.
if we are taking any particular location, if a client is giving particular location, so is this something that should we take all over India, or should we go focus but on particular location, a particular city, that what is the volume of that particular keyword and take into consideration? Means
There is
if I'm
something,
starting my keyword research.
yes, there is something called as, strictness, where we're learning about how do we control. For example, if our company, if our term is digital marketing, right? And we are a Surat-based company and we only want people searching, in Surat for that. So even though if we select just digital marketing, anyone searching for digital marketing company in Surat, that will still be triggered to them, right? Because our keyword thickness is open or broad, right? So we'll be learning about that, right? So don't worry, going further, we'll be learning how do we select all of these things in depth.
Okay, fine. No, worries.
Right?
thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Praveen, putting you on spotlight, you can ask your question now.
So is my audio audible?
Yes.
So I have a doubt in yesterday's question.
Mhm.
So can you tell the difference between individual account and business account?
Individual account we create when we are individual. Business account we create when we are a registered organization. You'll be able to add more users in an organization account and stuff like that.
Okay, sir. So how can we find whether my account is individual or business account?
By going in the billing, you'll be able to, check business billing settings. You'll be able to check if it's an individual or organization.
So today my pie chart is not visible, sir.
What is not visible?
Flow chart.
You mean the, data range in the keyword planner?
Yes, sir.
Right. So did you spend 500 on the account?
No, sir, no, not yet.
Yes, you need to spend 500. That is when it opens up, where we will be able to see all the charts.
Okay, sir.
Okay?
Thank you.
Yes. If there are any no rule changes, right? If there are rule changes, I need to understand if, even though if we might have spent 500, if it's not showing, there might be some change with that. We'll try to see what's happening. But Ravi, putting you on spotlight, you can ask your question now.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, actually, means my Google Merchant account has been suspended. So there is a button to just review, request review. And before that, I need to do some changes as per the description given by them. But I am unable to understand that change, what I have to do, sir. So can I send the review request directly, or I should do the changes which they are asking for?
What is the change they asked for?
That is what, sir, I'm not getting exactly. And from where I will get that information, I don't know, but they said that fix it and change and ask for review. Sir, if you will allow, I will be sharing my screen, sir.
So anything which get disapproved, suspended, you'll be able to see the reason for it. I've just given you the access. Share your screen. Let's see what it is.
So is it visible to you, sir?
Right. Click on that exclamatory. How are your mouse there? Is it showing you something? Right. Go to account issues. Invalid store name. So that might be the reason. Use store name as this. So it does not need HTTPS if you see, right? So it is suggesting you that, you need to fix that store name.
Sir, due to no products on website, sir, what is this?
No products on website. Do you have products on website?
Yes, sir, more than 3,000, sir.
Right. Okay. Then request review, right? But you understand what is the issue, right? You're able to understand what they're asking to do, right? So you can raise a request review, and they'll tell you what exactly needs to be fixed.
Okay, after changing the name, just I can ask
that
for...
that might also be the reason. So whatever reasons that are showing you that, we know what it is, correct those, and then request the review.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay.
One more question, sir. Within how many days we will be doing the lesson related to Google Shopping ads, sir?
You are asking about our workshop?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, around third week is when we'll be learning about shopping ads.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Dr. Suresh, putting you on spotlight.
Good evening, Karan.
Good evening.
Can I share the screen?
Sure, I'm allowing you the access. There you go.
So this one, like as you can see here, that there are only like 1, 2, 3, 4 things.
Right.
Like if you see this account, I have got 2 accounts. So if you see like this account, this one has got all the 6 things on the top right corner, like tools and settings and everything. See this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Right.
And whereas that account, so same like Rakesh said, that I don't know how it got created, but I'm actually using it also. And this one has got only like 4 things, icons here on the top.
All
Instead
right.
of those.
Can you click on this three lines on the top left corner?
Yeah, this one here.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. So all of your campaigns are express campaigns, and that is why it is not showing you all options. All the campaigns, if you see, are square, and within that there is a magic wand, right? So these are
Yes.
not a normal campaign, express campaigns where you will not have a control of changing anything. And that is why it's not giving you any option to change anything, right? You need to create a normal search campaign, and then you'll be able to see it right view with full options.
So should I just stop these things, because I have learned so many things in the last 2 days
Right.
that like, thank you very much for this, and probably I should just rewind everything and then start and optimize the whole thing.
Absolutely. Within 1 or 2 days, we'll also be learning how to set up the right campaign the right way, right? So I think if these campaigns you're not having control, or if these are not working out, you can stop this and you can start absolutely the right way.
And this one for the money thing, it's saying that the money has been exhausted. So I'm trying to upload the money, or like link.
You also need to complete your verification, right? So last year or around 1.5 year, Google started verifying all the accounts, right? You need to claim your identity, verify it. So then you'll be able to use it full-fledged. It says to keep your ads running, verify it, right? So click on get started. You need to complete the verification process as well.
So better I don't put in money and just let me take it easy for 2-3 days and then restart the whole thing again.
You can do that. I would say that would be the best flow.
Yeah, already leads are coming. Even with my poor knowledge or whatever miserly knowledge, but I think
Right.
I
With the
feel
right
like
tool, yes.
yeah.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm also fine. Yeah, and first of all, I would like to thank that your classes are really amazing and knowledgeable, and the way that you taught us is also really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wanted to add that like I'm having a business, and I have been running Google Ads for it like about a month or two, and so I need to add that now recently I've hired a manager for it. So should the manager keep running the ads from my account, or he should be doing it from his own personal account only?
It should be from your account. The reason being that if you're a business owner, right, and if you give it to outsource the stuff to somebody, still you should have the full power of it, right? Say suppose tomorrow something is not working out, you want to switch back, you want to take access, you will have that power if you are having, or if you are the account holder.
All right.
Right. So
But
it should be
he
your
was,
account. Yes.
but he has been consistently saying me that I would have more access to the resources that you might not have, because I'm in partnership with the Google and all that stuff.
Right. So if it's a Google partner agency, you can still create your account and then you can link it to their manager account, but the account ownership will be still yours, right?
Okay.
After linking, yes, they will be able to do a couple of things extra more from their master account, but the ownership should be yours.
All right.
Okay.
And one more thing, that I have a business. Suppose I have a business for tile showrooms in Gurgaon. All right. And there was another company from the business acts, and its name also was similar to it, but I think one more thing was added into it. All right. So I was inactive for about 2 to 3 months, and an email was received to me from the Google that your business has been merged. Like it has been combined with the other business, which has been active for the time that which you have not been. So does that happen or not?
So it will merge with whom?
A similar business from the same name also, and from the same products and services that they are providing.
And they merged what?
There were two IDs.
Okay, they merged, Google Ads. Okay, that's very scenario
The
based.
profile they merged. The Google
Right,
business profile, they merged it together.
Right. So that's a very similar, that's a very scenario based thing, right? And by Google business profile, you mean Google Merchant Center account. I mean, your Google business, account or what exactly?
Yeah, it got merged. Like suppose I was having a business name Day, and the similar person was having
So you're
business
talking
name.
about my business account, right? Google
Yeah,
My Business account,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's a different thing altogether, right?
Okay.
So you need to connect with Google team to see what
Okay.
exactly is happening with that, right? But
Okay.
that's a very scenario based. Generally, it shouldn't be getting merged because if those are two different businesses, both should
Okay.
have their individual ones, right?
All right. All right. Thanks. And these are all my questions.
Great. Thank you so much for asking that, Sadak. And where are we? Mohan, putting you on spotlight. You can ask your question now.
So, am I audible now?
Yes.
Yeah, the thing is regarding the graph actually. While we were on the talk, I was just having little bit on the graphs and the scenario which has happened over there. So I found that, so if you are running a campaign or any of the campaign is actually enabled, the graph is visible. Is that so? Is that what I actually about to learn?
Okay. Where did you learn that?
No, while I'm just seeing on the keyword planner, it is mentioned a small note on the pop-up for view the detailed view, run a campaign like that.
Okay. Can you share your screen? Can you share your screen?
Just a
Because
minute.
my account on which I was searching, that's actually suspended now completely, right? And that's not running any account. That is still, showing that the graph.
Hope you can able to see the screen, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I'm just seeing over here.
Right.
Oh, I was getting a pop-up over here to see a detailed graph, run a campaign like that. But
Did you ever run any campaign on this account?
yeah, we have spent almost 70,000 plus on the same account.
Right. And can you show that pop-up once again? Because, as I said, my account is suspended and not even running. It's been-
Okay, at the end of the thing, because I just deleted that campaign as well currently. So let me just, at the end of the session, I'll be showing that. Let me just create a campaign again now.
Sure, sure.
Okay, the next thing is, so see, I'm on this e-commerce business for last 2 years, but I'm not actually spend much amount on the Google Ads. But my similar companies are spending for last 2 to 3 years, they have been in the Google Ads itself. What do I need to do to compete with them? So they are also having a similar product, but they are the market leaders in my industry. So if I'm just starting today, so how long will it be take to take their position or get to their cost per acquisition similar to that?
Right. We'll always, yes, we'll always be competing with our similar, business only, similar product only, right? And to outrank them to get a, better results and to get more sales or better cost per acquisition. There are
the next thing is the purchase intent. See, for example, some people will, for example, sari. It will be a designer, the text term I'm just explaining. It will be a sari or designer sari or buy sari for this occasion. So over here on an user behavior, if they are typing for buy saris, they are actually having the more intent to actually purchase. So
that is how, we think, but there might be many people want to buy a sari, but need not necessarily every time they buy, right? If in that case, for every time, if you want to buy something, do we enter buy sari, buy phone? No, there might be a lot of different things. Even though I type in, iPhone 14, I want to buy that, right? I might type in iPhone 14 best price, right? I'll search for, gold jewelry rate today, right? My intention is to buy, but not necessarily I'm putting the word buy every time, right? To understand your thought process, and we were there some days, thinking similar manner, but that is not how it works. User will be, blown away with how user searches with different way, right? There might be something out of the blue search, but that gets conversion, right? So there are a lot of things which goes in the background, which we'll understand going further. Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. Hi, Karan. Good evening. Karan, I have few questions regarding to yesterday's topics also and today's. So today's, especially user research. I have a question like, suppose when we actually start working on Google Ads professionally, suppose in case of freelancing or while job or in any case, if a customer comes and we have to do his user research and he thinks that he is confident Google Ads will work for him, but a research shows that Google Ads is not suitable for his type of business. So what is the metrics to understand whether his business is suitable for Google Ads or not. Like monthly searches should be 50 X number of amount, and competition should be medium or low. So do we have a standard formulated or a matrix to identify whether this business is suitable for Google Ads or not?
There's no standard for checking that. I'll say in the quickest, shortest answer would be if they think it is suitable, ask them why they think so. If your data shows it's not suitable, but they think so, ask them understand how, on what manner they think. Do they have some data backing thing that way? Ask them. Conversation will give you that right flow.
My question is regarding yesterday's topic as I left area yesterday. In case if our account has got suspended, what about the amount we have invested in that Google Ads account? How can we recover that?
You'll have an option of button of, Google shows you to put it back in your source, right? And you can get back into your account.
Okay, okay. If, in case now, if I wish to open an marketing agency like that stuff, before in the basic stage, if I open an individual Google Ads account, and later if I need to move it to business account, can I convert that account to business account?
Yes. If your account itself is individual and you need to switch it to organization, that is not possible, right? You can though convert it to master account, you can create a new account according to your new registered business, and those things are possible.
Okay, okay. Registered in the sense it's domain registration or some other registration you have?
Business paperwork, once that is done, it's a legal, private limited, proprietorship. If it's a business registered, then you can create a new account on that name.
Okay, okay. And it's not an issue that one individual can have multiple accounts with multiple Gmail IDs. Is
if you have different businesses to manage from there.
Okay. Can it's illegal if legally one individual have multiple accounts with multiple email IDs?
What is the reason of having those different accounts?
No, if I have an individual account, if I cannot switch to business account, if I
yes, you
open
can create one
account,
more. Yes, true. Those would be two different businesses considered. Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you for asking that question, Param. Jamish, putting you on spotlight. You can ask the question now.
Hello, Karan.
Hi, Jamish.
So we have seen keyword planner today.
Right.
So I have a question that we have a search volume, monthly search volume is there.
Right.
So this word search volume is how differ from third party tool. Like we can see the search volume in Ahrefs.
Right.
Right. So like in Google keyword planner, this search volume is related to people who come from paid advertising only, or like overall search volume, like
it's overall
organic
search
or
volume.
paid?
It's mixed. It just shows that how many people are searching on Google, right? After search, they click on organic, they click on paid. That's different thing altogether. It's showing us how many people are searching that term on Google.
Right.
Right. How is it different from different tools which are doing the same thing? That I'm not sure. I can claim that Google's data is accurate, right? Google gives you the right data, how many people are searching. There are different tools showing the different information. We need to contact that tool and understand what is their source of that data.
Okay.
Okay.
And sometime if we search for like some kind of keyword, it disappears. Like it does not show the search volume. So what is the reason behind it? Like sometimes I search for like buy something, then it
Right. If
does
that
not.
is not allowed in India or any location where you're searching for, it might not show you that range at all. We saw one thing in one batch that laptop repair or anything like this was not showing at all, because those kind of a business is not allowed to promote ads on Google. So that might be the reason that it does not show that volume for that.
Okay, so we can't run ads on those keywords also?
Yes, you cannot run ads on that business at all. because that kind of a repair kind of a business itself is banned, right? And you'll not be able to run ads on those. And hence it's
But
not showing you
actually,
keywords also.
actually those businesses are running locally, right?
Right. But if Google allows, doesn't allow it to promote it online, nothing can be done. Okay.
Okay.
Great. Thank you for asking that, Jamish. Yeah. Akshat, putting you on spotlight, you can ask your question now.
Hi Karan, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
So today got number in 2 hours.
Yes, there's a lot of questions. So going it step by step here.
Okay, so my question is like earlier I have played with the Google Ads account, so I have created so many dummy entries. So I wanted to clean up the Google Ads. If you wanted to show, can I show you?
Yes, I've just given you co-host access. You can share your screen.
See this, website traffic search 8. This is running. Below 3 I have just created and then it is removed. But I
Right.
wanted this should be very clean up.
Right. So yes, we cannot delete it completely, but what we can do is we can change the view so that we only see whatever we are running. If you have OCD like me, I can understand that question. So click on the 3 lines from the top left corner.
Okay.
And then on all campaigns, just right to that, you have 3 dots, right?
Yes.
Yes, change that first one to all enabled. So right now you're seeing campaigns which are all campaigns. If you change to all enable, you'll only see the campaigns which are enabled and running right now and nothing else.
Okay.
Right now, if you see, it is only showing you this one clean campaign, no other thing out there, right? So that is how you can change the view.
But then we cannot do this delete and all something.
No, you cannot remove it completely because Google has to have that data if anything was performed, right? Imagine this if you have someone else managing, if they did something but remove that completely, right? You will not even have idea of what that was going. So that's why even though it's removed, it will be there. You can change the view so that it's not coming in between always.
Okay. And secondly, earlier you told 15 to 20 keywords in a group, in an ad group, right?
In a campaign, yes.
In a campaign. But when I have downloaded the application and the notification, which is you're seeing this now, add 59 new keywords.
Right. That will show us depending upon, what Google considers that, there could be similar keywords which can be added. But it wouldn't be getting power. There might be duplicating keywords which are, which can come up. So that's why we say ignore the suggestions what Google is giving. It just gives like a blank tool that, what it says is this might be, applicable. For example, for e-commerce company, it shows add call extension. This might help you get more calls. But their motto is not to get call, right? So it just shows blankly, what is, it's seeing an overview and asking us to add. But by having the 15 keywords, if we are able to get the 1,000 search term, search volume, right? Those are good enough to have those. There are no requirement of duplicating keywords.
But if we add this 59 new keywords, then we have a a way where we can where we can put it on a negative keyword list, so that if we came to know that there is no clicks or maybe there is no volume, so we can put those into negative later on.
But what is your reason of adding that? If those are getting duplicated, right, those will get volume. But you are anyhow getting that volume, with this 15 best keywords also. There's nothing new which is, you're doing extra by adding those. It's just that duplicating will be happening, right? We'll do one thing within a day or two when we are understanding about that. I'll show you live with an example of what might be the disadvantage of doing that.
Okay.
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 All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Seth, for asking that.
Hi, Karan. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks.
Great.
Okay, Karan, like today when we were discussing about the keyword, you told us about 4 pillars, right?
Right.
in the second pillar, you said that we should select low and medium competition keyword, and we should avoid high competition keywords.
Right.
So my question is then, what should be the approach if we want to target high competition keyword? Because if any keyword which has more competition, chances are that more traffic is going over there.
Right.
So
So
more
first thing,
more
yes. Right. First thing we discussed was, not the competition. First thing we'll take into relevancy, right? If the keyword is relevant, then we'll take that, right? If there are 10 keywords we found out, if those are relevant, ignoring high or low, we'll consider that. If those 10 keywords are, giving us the right conversions, right things, that is our result output, right? Our motto is not to compete with every possible, keyword out there. Our motto is to get sales, good revenue out of limited spend, right? That is when these formulas will come into picture.
Okay.
Right.
Fine.
Great.
One more thing, I'm not aware if this question is relevant at this point of time. I'm just asking, if you want to pass, you can move ahead. So my question is what kind of advertisement, Google advertisement shall we make considering the customer journey? Like if any customer is on the top of the funnel, what kind of Google ads we should target? Like with what kind of Google ads we should target that particular client?
Right. It's a very good question. I would be teaching you the right, formalization of, what kind of campaigns you should be having, right? So I'd say it's too early to discuss that. Once we'll understand a few type of campaigns, then I'll show you what should be a good mix of campaigns. Okay.
Fine. Great.
Great.
Thank you.
All right.